Good morning, everyone, and welcome to LVSA's new online platform, Off the Field. My name is Doug Borgell, and I'll be coming to you each week to bring you news and information in regards to soccer and LVSA. This morning, the first topic I want to bring up to you is the new phase that we are now in. We are in phase 1.5 in the soccer community, and how that differs from phase 1.0 basically is just the addition of goalkeepers. We are allowed to shoot on goalkeepers, and goalkeepers will be allowed to go to goalkeeper training with our coach, Alex Chase. What goalkeepers are not allowed to do, of course, no spitting in their gloves, no sharing of equipment, and no players allowed to be in goal that aren't actual goalkeepers. So if we can keep that in mind, we can add this important component to our training sessions this week and in the coming weeks as well. Next up, the number of field players versus field space. Right now with the phase that we are in, we are still stuck with 30 players and staff total allowed per field. That is why our sessions are an hour in length and why we are limited to 2, maybe 3 training sessions per team per week. Field issues have become a big topic, and the amount of fields available continues to dwindle. So we are keeping our eyes out on different places for our teams to be able to train. Currently, right now, we have Kellogg's Air fields 5 and 4 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and we have also picked up KZ 1 and 2 on Saturdays from 8 to noon. We have some other ancillary fields as well, but we just want to make sure to keep those reserved and full as possible in the coming weeks. So please make sure to have patience with your coaches and with these training sessions while we're trying to get our schedule set up the best possible to fit your son or daughter. Make sure when you come out to the field, you do not arrive earlier than 10 minutes prior to your session. No mingling around at the fields, and parents, please either stay in your cars or outside the gates at Kellogg's Air so that you do not add to our numbers allowed on the fields. There are fire marshals and other city employees coming out on a daily basis, checking to make sure that we are well within the numbers, so we don't want to have added parents out there that could bring us over that number of 30. Uniforms and training gear. This week, we are making it mandatory that every player within the club has their training gear on. Proper LVSA training gear is the red training top, black training shorts, and black socks. There are no substitutes for this. If you are a player that's played with us in the past, you already have this kit. And if you are a new player, you should have either ordered one already or have it in your possession. If you do not have it, please contact us at the LVSA office so that we can get you in the proper training gear as soon as possible. Uniforms are in and being printed as we speak. We are printing them according to the teams that have turned in their full roster orders. If you haven't done your order online yet, you need to make sure to click on the link that was sent out to you by your coach or manager, fill out your sizes and your number, and submit that as soon as possible. The teams that have theirs filled out the quickest are the ones that will get their uniforms first. Traveling policy. Nevada Youth Soccer came out last week with a new travel policy. This policy has banned all soccer travel for Nevada Youth Soccer players and coaches. That means we are not allowed to go out of state for practices, for training sessions, for guest playing, scrimmages, tournaments, anything like that. So please make sure that you and your coaches are following these rules strictly. Nevada Youth Soccer will come down hard on anybody they find traveling outside of Nevada to play soccer games, whether they are pickup games, whether they are scrimmages, or whether they are tournaments. Any teams that are scheduled for upcoming tournaments, we have already been in contact with your coaches to make secondary plans for you. So please make sure that if there's any travel that you have planned for soccer, that it is cleared through the club and not necessarily just your coach. We got some great news within the club in the last few weeks. We have become a member of the MLS Youth Development Platform. It's going to be for our U13 and U14 boys. That's our 09s and our 08s for the 21-22 season. This is a fantastic platform for the boys. We are super excited about it. More information will come on this in the coming episodes. Our girls program has been accepted into the Development Player League. This is another fantastic opportunity for our girls program where we will have players from 08, 07, 06, 05, 04, and a combined 03 and 02 competing regionally and nationally against the best soccer clubs in America. This season is slated to start late October. We hope with everything clearing up soon, we'll be able to get on the field and make those schedules happen. And then finally, we still have our option of the Desert conference for a lot of our teams. Our 09 boys, 06 boys, 05 boys, 03 boys, and our 07 girls and 03 girls will all be participating in the Desert Conference. The first games were scheduled to start early September. They have been pushed back now till at least November, possibly December, and we'll keep you updated on those schedules as they come. Tournament schedules. We had a coaches Zoom meeting last night where we discussed this with all of your coaches. We will be meeting with them this week to give out the tournament schedules for each team. The directors have put together these schedules that best fit the level of playing that your team is. So if we want to travel as a group, we'd like to go to different tournaments together and support different tournaments together, so we will have all of our coaches on the same page. You should look for information from your coaches in the coming weeks on what tournaments they're planning on going to, leagues you're planning on playing in, and the costs that would be associated with all of those. We'll be meeting with the coaches this week individually to get them these sheets, so look for that information from them very soon. That'll do it for this week's episode. I hope next week that you will feel very comfortable in sending in questions for us, and we will take topics next week and questions online. You can send them to info@lv-sa.com. In the subject line, just put in there questions for the show, and we'd be happy to answer any of the questions that you have. Please make sure when you're out there on the fields, we're staying 6 feet apart, social distancing, and those of you that started school this week, good luck to you, and we will see you next Monday. Take care.